will never do that.
For Ryan, the truth is it doesn't matter because he's too disciplined to let the weight or the next day weigh-in be a problem for him.
You think it's just a working out thing, but it's more of a mental battle. And Ryan's so accustomed to it at this point that I truly don't believe it's going to affect him in any way. He just has a mission and he knows what he needs to accomplish.
It's pretty much the same process getting down to 140. For him not to do this other than he's terrified of what I could do. This is one thing I want to make clear to people. This is not me complaining. This is just me showing his integrity as a champion. If you're not afraid, then what's 4 pounds?
You know, for any type of athlete, you know, for any type of person, it's a full body workout. It's very intense. So yeah, I mean, I've been seeing, you know, a lot of the NBA's, you know, stars and players incorporating boxing. The gym I train at, I'm always running into, you know.
Ryan Garcia trains relentlessly inside camp, running miles daily, sharpening speed, power, and focus while preparing for a tough Mario Barrios showdown.
It's over now. That energy, he's getting destroyed. He's getting destroyed.
14, 15.
I don't care about the story no more. It's coming to an end. It's done. It's finished. Put in stake in it. Done. No more story. You had a good run, like I told him. It was a nice little cute story. It's over with now.
It's over.
I got a longer story. That's the difference. His chapter's done. He had a fun little one, a little cute one. He did good for his city. But it's over now. It's done. Him. Everything about him. I don't like him. He don't like me. I don't need anything. I just know I'm destroying him. That's it. I don't like him. He don't like me. I don't need him. I'm ready. I'm coming in there to conquer him. Everything he thinks he believes in me, he gonna see something else. Everything he thinks, I'm showing him something new. He don't know me.
Garcia pushes his cardio hard, running long distances daily, building stamina, agility, focus, strength, and discipline for the intense Barrios world title fight.
Reaching a level that surpasses any level that we've reached in previous camps, to continually improve and get better every day.
We'll eat breakfast today.
Yes.
Starbucks mocha?
Mm-hmm.
Have you have your yogurt today or no?
I ordered it, but for some reason they took my order.
He stays strict with nutrition planning, eating clean, balanced meals, following expert advice to stay lean, fit, powerful, and focused for peak fight performance.
You don't know how many miles I can run. He's not crazy like me. You don't fucking think like me. He fucking calls it corny. I fucking believe all this shit. Him. Javante fucking Davis. Him. 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 This fucking bum. I'm gonna make him believe my story. I'm gonna make him believe. You don't know shit. Got this, baby.
He balances rigorous workouts with meaningful time at home with family, giving mental calm and strength needed for peak competition readiness.
My impact is to hold yourself as a champion, and what that means is to hold yourself to truth and to do things with honor. That's what a champion is. That's what a great leader is. So that's what I want to show people, that I'm that guy. He's not. Oh, dang. You want to play with the ball?
Balance is important during training camp. Nutrition, training, sleeping, and most importantly, family.
Try to shoot it. Ah! No!
Oh, man! Meanwhile, Mario Barrios stays passionate about boxing, driven by family support, grinding through hard work daily, showing dedication, discipline, and relentless determination.
Yeah, so I started boxing at the East Side Boys and Girls Club. My mom, she's the one who took me and my older sister. That's where we had started, and we stayed in the area growing up boxing for a couple years. I wasn't always like the best fighter, but I mean, I stayed with it and I stayed persistent, and eventually it became a passion of mine. I won my first national tournament at like 13, and that's kind of when I think that passion like really like started. And after that was when I really started to like dedicate myself to the sport. I really started trying to like learn as much as I could. Turned pro when I was 18. And from there, things kind of just took off. I mean, I've been able to accomplish a lot, for myself with this sport.
Mario Barrios trains closely with his coaches, sharpening technique, building strength, correcting mistakes, and developing smarter strategies for every fight.
Trying to sell the fight by, being somebody that I wasn't. I know who I was. I knew what I was capable of with my skills when I stepped in the ring. That's all that I had to know about myself. But I've always said, I think boxing is a great workout, for any type of athlete, for any type of person. It's a full body workout. It's very intense. So yeah, I've been seeing, a lot of the NBA's, stars and players incorporating boxing. The gym I train at, I'm always running into, Keldon Johnson. Super cool dude just to be around, and, just to like share that like knowledge as well, because, he's trying to learn. Me and Keldon had started following each other just like on Instagram maybe a year or two ago, and then he had always shown support, and of course him being on the Spurs, I had always supported him.
Mario Barrios says he is hungrier than ever this time, motivated to prove himself, pushing harder, training longer, and chasing victory.
For me, I'm looking to get back in the ring sometime around fall time. I'm hungrier than ever. My last two fights, I was the headliner for a Showtime pay-per-view, which is huge, for myself, for my career, and just everything that I have put into this, since I first started boxing.
At the press conference, Mario Barrios emphasized his focus and readiness for the February 21st fight. Barrios expresses respect for Ryan Garcia's dedication, acknowledging that Garcia will be 100% prepared. Hearing this motivates him even more, reinforcing his determination to leave no excuses in the ring. He promises fans that when he steps into the ring, he never quits, always giving his best. Barrios assures that both fighters are committed to delivering a thrilling fight, highlighting his relentless work ethic and the high-quality performance boxing fans can expect on fight night.
I'm the ringmaster. The ringmaster.
The payaso. But, the fight's set, February 21st. Y'all know what I bring every time I step in there. That they said that, that he's focused, that, that we're going to get a Ryan that's 100%. And, that makes me happy to hear. So, when I will possess on the 21st, there ain't gonna be no excuses. But yeah, like you said, y'all know what I get. Y'all know what y'all get when I step in the ring. I don't quit on my knee. I always, go out there and
he said the same thing, literally line for line.
Anyways,
he got it to work.
You're gonna get it. Like, the boxing fans are gonna get a great fight, and this ain't a fight that you guys want to miss. Thank you.
Mario Barrios and trainer Joe Goosen appear completely locked in ahead of the Ryan Garcia fight, with sharp focus and calm confidence guiding camp. Goosen explains that nothing is being taken for granted. He refuses to assume Garcia will repeat old mistakes, and instead prepares Mario for the strongest and most disciplined version possible. The goal is simple and serious: train for the best opponent, not the weakest version. Goosen also speaks about stability in boxing, saying consistency with a trainer builds rhythm, trust, and growth, while constant changes can slow progress unless the connection is missing. For Barrios, this matchup carries extra weight. After becoming champion through elevation and enduring tough draws, he wants validation. A clear win over a big name like Garcia would silence doubts and prove belonging at the top. This fight is not about labels. It is about earning respect the hard way inside the ring.
I don't look back and count on him making the same mistakes he made in the last fight. I want to train Mario to face the best Ryan Garcia that he can possibly be.
Now, in your viewpoint, is it a mistake to jump around trainers as much? Does it hurt a guy? Does it help a guy?
Well, stability in boxing is a valued commodity. You know, especially if you're winning. You know, you don't fix it if it's not broken, right? But sometimes you can have a relationship with the trainer that, you know, just doesn't click for you, and you recognize that, and you may want to, you know, change.
I feel like especially in, you know, today's age of boxing, you know, like I said, where people are very quick to write you off, you know, regardless, you know, if you got yourself into that position or not. Like I said, I got into that position, you know, by beating Ugas for the interim, and then I was elevated when Crawford moved up, and of course, me as a fighter, you know, like nobody wants to be elevated as a champion, right? You always think about you winning the title, you know, against the champion, in whatever fashion, but you always imagine yourself, you know, beating the champion. But again, you know, that's just where, you know, boxing is today, and regardless, I'm still very proud of that position that I was able to get myself in. But yeah, you know, I'm looking forward to, you know, having a very like I said, a very clear victory over you know, a dangerous, you know, tough opponent, you know, who's trying to, you know, take my title.
Chris Algieri reflects on Ryan Garcia's upcoming fight, saying it's not necessarily deserved, but it happens, and in business, it works. He acknowledges that although fans have known about this matchup for weeks, it's now official, requiring renewed discussion. Algieri admits the welterweight division is stirring, and the implications for the winner, especially if it's Ryan, are huge. However, Ryan remains a major question mark, supremely talented yet inconsistent. Algieri references Rolly Romero, once expected to dominate but ultimately defeated, illustrating the unpredictability of boxing. Ryan is an absolute wild card. Any prediction could be wrong.
So, but again, Ryan is one of the biggest question marks in the game. Super talented guy, but sometimes does not show up. Rolly Romero, you know, people were talking about him walking through Rollies like it was nothing, and then he ends up taking a loss, getting dropped and losing. So there's I don't know exactly who's gonna win this fight, because that's when it comes to Ryan, any prediction you make, it can go completely the opposite way.
Yeah, he's an absolute wild card. He goes in there and drops Devin Haney numerous times. He's on Osterine. He's in the middle of a manic episode, and he looked
in
good
the club. He's in the club the week of the fight every night.
Is that true?
That's what I heard.
I wouldn't be shocked. I mean, I went back and watched some of the interviews I did that week with him at Gleason's gym. That guy it was scary. I mean, I never want to see a fighter like that again. He was going through some serious episode.
He highlights past episodes when Ryan appeared manic or distracted, making previous fights concerning to watch. Yet in 2026, fighters market themselves differently, using streaming platforms to engage fans. Algieri notes that even big names like Terrence Crawford and Teofimo Lopez similar promotions. Despite controversies, Ryan's star power endures, earning him another title shot. Fans will watch regardless of personal opinions, driven by passion and obsession with boxing. Algieri concludes that boxing requires a certain level of craziness from fighters and fans alike to stay fully invested and engaged.
In the lead up to the Rolly fight, where he was very reserved, very subdued, wasn't really promoting the fight, didn't look like he wanted to be there, horrible performance. Somewhere in the middle, and I think that's what we're getting right now. He's doing a lot of streams, he's putting himself out there big time, and that way it's interesting to see how fighters market themselves now in 2026. It's all streamers. Especially Terrence Crawford on with Aiden Ross. We see Ryan Garcia doing all these streams now. Teofimo is linked up with Aiden Ross doing brand risk stuff. So when it comes to that, that's interesting. But in terms of Ryan in the ring, even Tyson Fury recently posted on his Instagram story, and he said, this is true star power. Ryan Garcia right back in a title shot off of a loss. True star power. And I was like, yeah, it's true. I mean, it is what it is. And like you said, we're all going to watch. And that's like the part of boxing that really makes you think, it really makes you upset, is that, yeah,
Mario Barrios' coach and manager, Bob Santos, shares his insight into the strategy for the February 21st fight against Ryan Garcia. Santos has been with Mario since his professional debut, guiding him to 2 world championships and building a strong foundation of skill, discipline, and ring IQ. Despite this long-standing relationship, Santos recognizes that sometimes a fighter benefits from hearing a different voice in the corner. After 2 consecutive draws, he felt that Mario had untapped potential and believed a fresh perspective could help unlock it. Santos highlights the value of experience, having worked closely with Hall of Famer Joe Goossen for many years. He respects Goossen's expertise, but felt that a new approach was necessary for Mario's growth. The goal was never to undermine anyone, but to provide Mario with renewed energy, focus, and motivation. Santos emphasizes that boxing is both mental and physical, and the right guidance can make the difference between a solid performance and a championship-defining fight. By introducing a new voice in the corner, Santos aims to maximize Mario's skills, sharpen his strategy, and prepare him to compete at the highest level against Ryan Garcia.
Yeah, I'm Mario's manager. Mario's been with me. He turned pro with me. I was the head in his corner from his pro debut. And, he's won two different world championships. Sometimes you need a different voice in the corner. We're coming off two straight draws. To me, I know there's much more that he could give and do better. So, sometimes a different voice, could change things up. I worked under Joe Goossen for many, many years, so I have a great relationship with Joe. I have great respect for him. He's a Hall of Famer, and sometimes you just need a different voice in the corner. The last fight with Pacquiao, I felt like there was sometimes a sense of urgency that we could have got more things done. For whatever reason, they didn't get done, and I have to take responsibility as the head coach.
Reflecting on the Pacquiao fight, Santos admits there were moments where Mario lacked urgency, and as head coach, he takes responsibility for not translating strategies effectively. He emphasizes that 2 draws are unacceptable and that the fighter's growth requires adjustments. Sometimes, too many voices in the corner can hinder performance. Santos insists that this new approach with a fresh voice is designed to get Mario focused, energized, and moving in the right direction. The goal is to maximize his skills, ensure confidence in the ring, and deliver a decisive performance against Ryan Garcia.
Is me to step aside, get a new voice in there, a new guy that can, whip the pony, get it going in the right direction, make a change, because 2 draws is just not acceptable.
Going back to that Manny Pacquiao fight, people were saying that, it looked like he kind of got shell-shocked that he was fighting Manny Pacquiao. I mean, what did you get out of, the reaction of Mario Barrios not being able to pull the trigger at times?
Yeah. Sometimes that's another big reason I think it was good to make a move for him. Sometimes you could get too many cooks in the kitchen.
Wade Plemons expresses enthusiasm for the upcoming Ryan Garcia versus Mario Barrios WBC clash, highlighting his belief that the old Ryan has returned. He recalls the version of Garcia who dominated before facing Devin Haney, the same fighter who knocked out Oscar Duarte with overwhelming force. Plemons emphasizes his desire to witness a focused, mentally stable Ryan rather than the unpredictable, erratic personality from previous buildups. Despite Barrios holding the championship, Garcia captures attention due to his exceptional skill, natural ability, and capacity to change a fight instantly. Plemons points out that this matchup carries significant stakes, not only for the belt, but also for legacy, confidence, and future opportunities against top contenders. He notes the unpredictability inherent in boxing, where even the most talented athletes can falter under pressure. Fans should expect intensity, strategic adjustments, and the chance to see a revitalized, disciplined Garcia compete at the highest level, bringing excitement and drama to the ring.
I'm excited because I fear the old Ryan is back. And what do I mean by that? The Ryan that was about to fight Devin Haney, the Ryan that was a destroyer before then, a Ryan that knocked out Oscar Duarte. I might be glazing here, right? And I'm not even trying to say that the Ryan that was in the buildup for the Devin Haney fight and all the crazy shit he was doing is the guy I want to see. I want to see a mentally well-adjusted, locked in, to fighting Ryan Garcia, and he looks to be that way ahead of this WBC title fight versus Mario Barrios. I'm not trying to count out Barrios at all. It's just Ryan is the A side here, even though Barrios is the champion. And I think that's because Barrios is probably the most available champion in the world in the sport of boxing right now. I'll just say it. So I'm excited for this fight. It goes down February 21st. They're calling it the Ring High Stakes, and the press conference once again showed me.
Plemons adds that recent circumstances could serve as extra motivation for Garcia. Beyond the WBC belt, Ryan has the chance to right past wrongs, prove himself against rivals, and set up future big fights, possibly against Devin Haney or Conor Benn. The tension with Joe Goosen adds a personal edge, pushing Ryan to show he was the better fighter all along. Plemons emphasizes that despite Ryan's success and earnings, he has yet to claim a world championship, and this fight represents a prime opportunity to solidify his legacy, blending ambition, revenge, and championship aspirations into one defining performance.
When they started working together, and Ryan's left Joe before, so it's not like Ryan really has a leg to stand on being upset about this, but yeah, it's awkward. It's a weird situation. What I was going to say, though, is this could be the added motivation Ryan Garcia needs, not just the WBC belt. If that's not enough, maybe you shouldn't be fighting. That should be enough motivation in its own right, not just Mario Barrios, but the fact that you get to right the wrongs of the last performance. You get to put yourself in position for potentially Devin Haney rematch, Conor Benn fight, who knows? And you get to go and stick it to the guy that turned his back on you, supposedly, and Joe Goosen, and show him why you were the better fighter all along, or, I don't know, just added motivation and retribution, revenge type of attitude that maybe Ryan needs, dude. He's done so much in the sport in terms of money and success, but not on the level of world championships.
That's it for today's video. Stay tuned until next time.